The stars above were bright and cold. Far from Earth, in a huge station that floated in space, many alien leaders had gathered. This was the seat of the Galactic Concord, a council made up of many powerful alien species. Their job was to keep peace and balance in the galaxy. But today, they were not here to talk about peace. They were here to vote on Earth. A tall alien with green skin and 4 glowing eyes stood at the center of the chamber. His name was Velen. He was the voice of the Drevil Empire, one of the most powerful races in the Concord. "We cannot allow Earth to grow stronger," Velen said. "Their people are dangerous." In only a few hundred years, they went from simple machines to nuclear weapons and space travel. What will they do in another 100 years, or 1,000? Some of the other leaders nodded. A soft-skinned race called the Ilari agreed. "They are violent and unpredictable," one of them said. "Their history is full of war. They could destroy not just themselves, but others too." But a few leaders hesitated. "They have art, music, kindness too," said a being from the Ilari Union. "Can we not talk to them first?" Velen shook his head. "We have watched them. They are not ready for peace. The best choice is to enslave them now, before they become a threat." The vote was taken. One by one, each council member pressed their decision into the glowing console before them. The light changed color. Blue for yes, red for no. When it was done, the chamber was quiet. Velen looked at the final result. The decision is made. Earth will be enslaved. Back on Earth, people lived their lives without knowing what was coming. In the busy streets of New York, Claire Evans walked out of her lab. She was an AI engineer and had spent the last 3 days working on a new learning program. Her friend Jack Morgan, a former Marine, was waiting for her outside, still trying to teach machines how to think. Jack asked with a grin. Claire laughed, still trying to avoid real work. "I see." Jack smiled, but looked tired. Since he left the military, he hadn't found his place. He missed the order, the sense of purpose. Elsewhere, a teenager named Max Carter was running through alleyways in Los Angeles. He was fast and smart. Life had never been easy for him, but he learned how to survive. He didn't know it yet, but he would soon be very important. That night, everything changed. Without warning, the skies over Earth lit up. Giant ships blocked the stars. People stared up in fear. The ships moved in silence, but their message was, clear Earth was under attack. In minutes, satellites went dark. Power grids failed. Communication systems shut down. The dry-val had arrived. Cities across the world fell into confusion. Governments tried to respond, but their weapons were useless. The drivel used energy beams that melted tanks and aircraft. In one day, Earth lost its control. Claire watched the news from her apartment. Her computer had gone offline. Her phone showed only static. She looked outside and saw strange machines floating above the city. Jack called her. "Pack your things. We're getting out of here." "Where will we go?" she asked. "Anywhere but here," Jack said. "I have a few safe places." They met in an old warehouse Jack used as a private storage place. He had food, water, and a few weapons. Claire brought her backup drives and a portable AI unit. "I don't think this is a normal invasion," Claire said. "It's too clean, too fast. They knew exactly what to hit." Jack nodded. "They've been watching us, planning this." The Drevil began taking humans for study. They sent out machines that captured people and brought them to ships in orbit. Max was caught while trying to help a neighbor. He fought hard, but the machine was too strong. He woke up inside a cold metal room. Other humans were there too, scared and confused. A Drevil guard watched them. Max studied the alien carefully. It was tall, with smooth black armor and bright yellow eyes. "Why are you doing this?" Max shouted. The Drevil didn't answer, but Max didn't stop trying. He talked to the other prisoners. He kept their spirits up. Even when he was afraid, he pretended to be strong. Claire and Jack soon joined. A group of survivors hiding in the mountains. They had no idea how big the invasion was, but they knew Earth had fallen. Jack became a leader. His military skills helped them stay safe. Claire worked on rebuilding her AI system. She believed if they could learn how the Drevil machines worked, they might find a weakness. One night, while scanning signals, Claire found something. A strange pattern in the Drevil communications. It was like a Kian entry point. "I think I can get inside their systems," she told Jack. "Can you shut them down?" "Not yet. But maybe I can listen, learn more, maybe even talk to them." Jack looked at her. "Then we've got our first hope." More survivors joined them. News spread through whispers and secret messages. People were fighting back. Small groups, hidden cells, rebel bands. Humanity was not broken, not yet. In his prison cell, Max began organizing the others. He found a way to pass messages. He even tricked a Drevil guard into giving him data. He didn't understand all of it, but he remembered every word, every number. One day, the guard made a mistake. It left a panel open. Max acted. He overpowered the alien and escaped into the ship. He used the guard's communicator to send a message to Earth. It was short, but powerful. "We are not slaves. We are not done. Keep fighting." That message reached Claire's system. Jack heard it and smiled. "He's just a kid," he said, "but he's got fire." "We all need that now," Claire replied. The resistance had begun. Earth had been voted into slavery by aliens far away, but Earth was not ready to bow. They had lost their cities, their weapons, even their skies. But they had not lost their will. In the shadows of burned-out towns, in the silence of ruined satellites, and in the hearts of survivors, a fire was growing. The Drevil had made a mistake. They thought humans would be easy to break, but now they would learn what it meant to face Earth, and it had only just begun. The sun rose over the mountains where the survivors were hiding. Smoke still rose from cities far away, but the people in the camp had not given up. Jack Morgan stood at the edge of the cliff, looking down at the valley below. He saw movement in the trees. Drevil patrols were getting closer. Claire Evans was inside a small tent, working on her laptop. The machine was old, but she had connected it to parts of the alien tech they had found. She was tired, but focused. She believed that understanding the Drevil systems was the only way to fight back. "Jack," she called out, "I need more time, but I think I'm close." Jack came in and looked over her shoulder. He didn't understand the code, but he trusted Claire. She had already found ways to block Drevil drones in small areas. Now, she was trying to go deeper. "Take what you need," Jack said. "I'll make sure they don't find us." Elsewhere, Max Carter was running again. He had escaped the alien ship, but was now hiding in a ruined town. The streets were quiet, but he knew the Drevil were near. He found an old police station and made it his shelter. From there, he sent messages across the radio waves. He told people not to give up. He gave advice on how to hide, how to fight, how to survive. Some ignored him. Others listened. A few started calling him the Voice. In the city ruins, small groups of humans started fighting back. They didn't have big weapons, but they had courage, tricks, and hope. Jack's team hit a Drival patrol one night. They took out 2 machines and escaped without being seen. They're not gods, Jack told the others. They bleed, they break. We can beat them. Claire made a breakthrough. She connected her system to a Drival control signal. It was weak, but it worked. She could now track patrol routes and send false data. She smiled for the first time in days. I think I can talk to their machines now, she said. Jack nodded. Then it's time to send a message. They created a short loop, a signal that told all nearby Drival units there was danger in the opposite direction. The aliens moved away, and the camp stayed hidden. The group cheered. It was a small win, but it gave them hope. Max met a group of rebels in a nearby city. They had lost everything but were ready to fight. He told them about what he saw on the alien ship. He described their weapons, their weaknesses. They don't understand us, Max said. They think we're simple, but we're not. We adapt, we learn. One of the rebels, a young woman named Lisa, nodded. Then let's teach them fear. They planned their first real strike. A Drival outpost sat on the edge of the city. Max and Lisa led the team. They used stolen weapons and homemade bombs. It wasn't perfect. Some got hurt, but they won. The outpost burned, and the Drival pulled back. The news spread fast. Other groups began rising up. Fires lit the night skies in different places. Humans had found their spirit. Back in the mountains, Claire picked up a strange message. It was Drival code, but different. It spoke of problems in other parts of the galaxy. Other planets were resisting too. They're losing control, Claire said. Not just here, everywhere. Jack listened. He saw an opportunity. Then we need to hit them harder. Make Earth the center of the storm. They sent scouts to find more tech. One group brought back a broken alien drone. Claire spent days fixing it. When it turned on, she smiled. We have a new eye in the sky. With the drone, they saw more than ever before. They learned how the Drival moved, where they built their stations, and how they kept power flowing. Jack made a plan. We hit their energy core, shut down their systems. It was risky. The core was well guarded, but they had to try. The attack team moved out at night. Claire stayed behind, guiding them with the drone. The battle was short but fierce. Jack led the charge. The core exploded, and half the Drival tech in the region went dark. People cheered. They danced around fires. For the first time, they believed they might win. Max recorded another message. This time, he spoke directly to the Drival. You came here thinking we were weak. You thought we would kneel, but we are still here. We are not done, and we are coming for you. That message reached more humans and, by accident, some alien networks. In distant parts of space, enslaved races heard it. Some began to rise up too. The Galactic Concord met again. Velen was angry. Earth should have fallen by now. They are spreading rebellion. We must crush them completely. But not everyone agreed. Some members saw that Earth was different. One alien spoke. Maybe we made a mistake. Maybe they deserve a voice. Velen refused to listen. He sent elite Drival enforcers to Earth. Stronger, smarter, faster. They landed in the ruined cities and started hunting the rebels. Jack's team was hit hard. They lost good people. Max's group had to run. Claire barely escaped when her lab was attacked. But even in fear, they learned. Claire saw how the new enforcers worked. She found a signal in their armor, a flaw. "If I can reach that signal," she said, "I might be able to stop them." Jack looked around. "Then we protect you until you can." They moved deeper into the mountains. Other groups joined them. Farmers, soldiers, hackers, teachers, all ready to fight. All ready to help. Claire worked day and night. Max helped where he could. He kept people strong. Jack trained the fighters. They turned a broken camp into a real base. Weeks passed, the attacks slowed. The Drevil were losing control of more areas. Some ships left orbit. Others stayed, but they looked weaker. Claire finished her program. She uploaded it to a small device and gave it to Jack. "Place this on one of their command units. It will spread through their systems." "Will it work?" Jack asked. "I think so," she said. "It's the best shot we have." The mission was dangerous. Jack led a small team into a Drevil base. They fought their way inside. He planted the device. As they escaped, the system lights flickered. The enemy paused, confused. Back at the camp, Claire watched the data. The program was spreading. Drevil drones stopped moving. Signals failed. The new enforcers lost connection with each other. Max shouted, "It's working." Rebels everywhere launched attacks. Without command, the Drevil lost control. Bases fell, ships fled. Humans took back their cities, one by one. Velen saw the reports. His face grew dark. "This was supposed to be easy," he said. "Now they make us look weak." On Earth, people stood tall again. Fires burned, but this time they were flames of hope. Jack looked at Claire. "You did it, no," she said. "We all did." And far away, in dark corners of space, the voice of Earth was growing louder. Smoke rose from broken cities, but the people of Earth were not broken. In small groups across the world, they fought back. Jack Morgan stood in the middle of a ruined street with a group of fighters. They had just won another battle. The Drevil were not used to losing. Claire Evans worked deep underground in a hidden lab. She had made a new AI, one that combined Earth code and alien systems. It was learning fast. It helped track Drevil units and showed weak points in their defenses. She looked at the screen. "They are sending more ships from orbit. They want to stop us before we grow stronger." Jack entered the room. He had dirt on his face and a cut on his arm. "Then we need to strike first." Claire pointed at a map. "There's a relay station in orbit. It connects their fleets. If we take it out, they'll lose command." "How do we get there?" Jack asked. "We steal one of their ships," Claire said. The idea was crazy, but they had done crazy things before. Max Carter had found an abandoned Drevil cruiser in the desert. The crew had died from a system failure. He called Jack and Claire to come see it. The ship was large and strange. It looked like black glass and moved without sound. Claire connected her AI to the ship and slowly took control. It took days, but soon the ship listened to her commands. "We can fly it," she said, "but only with a small team." Jack picked 5 of their best fighters. Max insisted on going to. "I'm not staying behind," he said. "I know their tech now. I can help." They launched at night. The ship rose into the sky, quiet and dark. Drevil scanners did not notice them at first. Claire had masked the signal as they neared space. A patrol spotted them. Alarms rang. Drevil fighters came from all sides. Jack took the controls. Max and the others used the ship's weapons. Claire kept the AI focused. Just a little closer, she said. They reached the relay station. It looked like a huge spider in space, with arms reaching out in all directions. They flew into one of the docking bays and began the attack. Inside, Drevil guards waited. The battle was fast and hard. Jack led the charge. Max placed explosives. Claire uploaded a virus into the system. Now, she shouted. The explosion shook the station. Lights went out. Signals died. Across space, Drevil ships lost contact with each other. The team ran back to the cruiser and escaped just as the station collapsed. Earth had struck the first blow in space. When they returned, people cheered. The news spread fast. Other rebels grew stronger. Even some captured alien races began to fight back. They had seen Earth's message. They knew it was possible to resist. Claire's AI picked up strange signals. Other planets were calling out. One said, "We rise with Earth." Jack smiled. "We're not alone anymore." But not everything was good. Claire saw a message from a captured Drevil commander. He had been taken in one of their attacks. Jack questioned him in a secure room. "Why did you attack us?" Jack asked. The Drevil looked tired. His name was Colon. "We feared you. Your kind learns too fast. You are different from others. You feared us, so you chose to enslave us." Colon nodded. That was the vote. But not all agreed. Some in the council wanted peace. Others saw Earth as a future leader. Jack leaned forward. "Then help us. Show us how to stop this war." Colon hesitated. Then he said, "There is one way, but it is dangerous." He spoke of the core nexus, a system that controlled most of the Drevil's high command. It was hidden deep in space and guarded by many ships. But if it was destroyed, the Drevil Empire would fall apart. Jack took this news to Claire and Max. They studied the data and believed it was true. "We'll need more than one ship," Claire said. "We need allies." They sent out messages using the alien relay they had captured. It took time, but answers came. Rebels from other planets wanted to help. Ships, fighters, and even alien scientists came to Earth. One of them, a short being named Jorin, looked at Claire's AI. "This is advanced," he said. "You are like us. We learnt from you," Claire replied. "Now let's fight together." The new allies helped build more weapons. They trained human fighters. They shared knowledge about Drevil systems. Jack looked at the sky. "We are turning this war." They planned the attack on the core nexus. It would take weeks to reach, but they had a small fleet now. Jack, Claire, Max, and Colon would lead the mission. Before they left, Jack gave a speech. "They came to break us, but they made us stronger. They wanted us as slaves. Now we stand as warriors. Let's show them what Earth can do." The fleet launched into the stars. For many, it was their first time leaving the planet. The stars were bright. The space was quiet. But they were not afraid. Along the way, they passed destroyed worlds. Some still burned. Others had signs of hope. People were rising up everywhere. They reached the edge of the Drevil system. It was full of defense stations and patrols. Claire used the AI to hide their presence, but they knew they couldn't stay hidden for long. They moved fast. Smaller ships attacked weak points. Claire hacked a gate and opened a path. Max led a team to take out a control post. Jack flew straight for the Nexus. The final battle was like nothing Earth had seen before. Lasers cut through space. Ships exploded. Fighters screamed across the stars. Jack and Max landed inside the Nexus. Claire stayed on the ship, guiding them. Colon used his knowledge to open doors and avoid traps. They reached the core. It was a huge room filled with light and machines. Claire sent the AI program through the ship. It entered the core and started breaking it down. Dravel guards rushed in. Jack and Max held them off. Colon was hit, but kept going. He reached the main console and finished the upload. "It's done," he said before falling. The core shook. Lights turned red. The Drevel systems failed one by one. Across the galaxy, their fleets stopped moving. Their orders disappeared. The Empire began to fall. Jack and Max escaped just in time. The Nexus exploded behind them. Their ship jumped back to Earth. When they landed, people were waiting. Cheers filled the air. The war was not over, but the tide had turned. Jack looked at the sky. They feared us. Now they'll have to respect us. Claire stood beside him. "We've done the impossible, and we're just getting started." Earth had sent a message across the stars. We will not kneel. And now others were ready to stand too. The stars looked quiet, but war was spreading. Across the galaxy, more planets were rising. The fall of the core Nexus changed everything. The Drevel were no longer in control. Their fleets were broken. Their leaders were afraid. On Earth, people were rebuilding. Burned cities were coming back to life. Families returned home. Children played in the streets again. But no one forgot what had happened. The sky was still watched. The people were ready in the mountains. Jack Morgan trained new fighters. These were not soldiers. They were farmers, students, workers, but they had heart. They had seen what Earth could do. Claire Evans worked on a new signal system. She wanted to connect with more worlds. Her AI was stronger now. It could learn languages, decode messages, and even predict enemy movements. Max Carter traveled between camps. He gave speeches, shared news, and listened. People trusted him. He had become a symbol of hope. One day, Claire picked up a new signal. It came from a planet called Aros. It was a plea for help. The Drevel was still holding control there, but the people were ready to fight. Jack called a meeting. "We help them," he said. "If we want peace, we must help others find freedom too." They sent a small team to Aros. Jack led them. Claire stayed on Earth to keep things running. Max joined the mission. The ship they used was fast and hidden. It reached Aros in days. The planet was dark and quiet. Cities were under watch. People lived in fear. The Drevel had built towers in every town. These towers controlled the people with sound waves that blocked free thought. Jack and his team landed in the mountains. They met with the local rebels. A woman named Nera was their leader. She had fought alone for years. "We tried to rise before," she said. "They crushed us. But with Earth's help, maybe this time is different." Jack studied the towers. "We destroy them. Once people can think clearly, they will rise." Claire sent support from Earth, weapons, tools, and maps. Her AI found weak spots in the towers. Nera's people spread the message in secret. The time was near. On the night of the attack, Jack led one team to the largest tower. Max led another. The battle was fast. Explosives shook the ground. The towers fell. People woke up as if from sleep. They looked around and saw the chance to be free. They ran into the streets. They shouted, sang, and fought. The Drevel guards tried to stop them, but they were outnumbered. Within days, Aros was free. Max sent a message from the center of the city. Another world is free. Earth stands with you. You are not alone. Other planets heard the call. They sent messages back. Some asked for help. Others offered help. A new alliance was growing. Claire worked night and day to connect the planets. She built a council of rebels, a voice for the free worlds. They met, in secret, using secure signals. Jack and Max joined the talks. So did leaders from 6 other planets. They decided to send a message to the Galactic Concord. It was time to speak, not just for Earth, but for all free people. Jack and Claire were chosen to go. They would fly to the Concord's home station, deep in space. It was the same place where Earth's fate had been voted. They took a Dryval cruiser, repainted and renamed. Inside were messages from the free worlds, proof of the Dryval crimes, and a call for change. The station was huge. It floated near a dying star. Aliens from hundreds of races lived there. Some were peaceful, some were afraid, some were still loyal to the old system. Jack and Claire walked into the main chamber. It was the same room where the vote had happened. The Drevil leader was there. His face was cold. "You should not be here," he said. Claire held up a disc. "We bring evidence." Other council members watched in silence. Jack stepped forward. "You voted to enslave Earth. Now we speak for more than Earth. We speak for the free worlds." Velen laughed. "You are still a small planet. You cannot rule. We don't want to rule," Claire said. "We want no world to be ruled by fear." They showed the council images of broken cities, of brave people fighting back, of planets rising in hope. They showed the virus that shut down the Drevil core. They showed the alliance. Some members were moved, others stayed quiet, but one voice spoke. A soft-spoken alien from a peaceful race said, "We were wrong. We supported the wrong path." Stood. "If you vote to change the laws, the Drevil will leave the council." Another member said, "Then leave. The future is not yours to control." The vote was taken. One by one, the council members pressed their decisions. This time, the lights showed a new path. The vote passed. No race could vote to enslave another again. A new rule was made. A new seat was added. Earth was given a place in the council. Velen walked out without a word. His guards followed. The Drevil were still powerful, but now they were alone. Jack and Claire stood in the chamber. For a moment, there was silence. Then someone began to clap. Others joined. The sound filled the room. Earth was no longer just a planet. It was a voice, a leader, a hope. When they returned, people met them with cheers. The stars were brighter. The future was open. Jack looked at Claire. "We did it." "No," she said. "We all did it." And far across the galaxy, the fires of freedom kept burning. The galaxy was changing. After the vote, Earth had a seat at the council. The Drevil had walked out in silence, but they did not give up. They still had weapons. They still had ships. They wanted revenge. Jack Morgan stood on a high platform above Earth's main command base. He looked up at the stars. He knew the Dryval would come back. He knew the peace was not safe. Yet Claire Evans worked inside a secure lab. Her AI had grown stronger. It could now reach into the Dryval's deeper networks. It learned faster than ever. It had found something dangerous. "Jack," Claire said through the comms, "they are building a new fleet." "And something else. A weapon. Where?" Jack asked. "Near a black hole. A secret station. If they finish it, They will destroy all who stood against them. Jack called a meeting. Max Carter, now a leader of rebel worlds, joined them. So did Joran, the alien scientist who helped build the Alliance. "We strike first," Jack said. "We end it before they can begin." The Alliance sent ships from 10 free worlds. Earth led the charge. Jack commanded the main fleet. Claire stayed back, but sent her AI into the fight. Max joined a special team that would land on the station. The journey took weeks. They passed through dead zones and dark space. The black hole was near. The station floated beside it like a shadow. The drivel saw them coming. They sent ships to defend the station. The sky turned into fire. Claire watched from Earth. Her AI showed every move. "Go left, Jack. They're flanking you." Jack gave the order. Earth's ships moved like one. They hit hard. They broke through the first wave. Max and his team landed on the station. It was full of Drevel enforcers. The halls were dark. The air was cold. "Stay close," Max said. "Get to the core." They moved fast. They used stolen codes to open doors. They planted charges in key areas. They reached the weapon chamber. The weapon was huge. It looked like a black crystal floating above metal arms. Wires and energy beams fed into it. Max placed the final charge. "Claire," he said, "start the overload." Claire sent a signal. The AI entered the weapons system. The lights flickered. The crystal shook. "You have 5 minutes," Claire warned. Max and the team ran. Alarms rang. Drevel guards followed, but the team made it back to the ship. The station exploded. The black hole pulled the pieces in. The weapon was gone. In space, the Drevel fleet broke. Some tried to fight, others ran. Earth's ships pushed forward. The battle was over. Jack sent a message across the stars. "The war is finished. The Drevel have no power over us." Back on Earth, people celebrated. Bells rang. Fires lit the sky, not in fear, but in joy. Children danced in the streets. Old flags came down. New ones went up. Max stood in front of a crowd. "We were almost broken, but we rose. We fought. We won." At the council, the Drevel returned. Their leader Velen looked tired. He stood before the new council. "We want peace," he said. "We ask for mercy." Jack stood. "You voted to enslave Earth. You watched our cities burn. Now you beg for mercy." "We were wrong," Velen said. "We see that now." Claire stepped forward. "We will not forget. But we can choose a better path. No more masters. No more slaves." The council voted again. This time, Earth's voice was loud. Mercy was given, but with rules. The Drevel must free all the worlds they held. They must pay for the damage. They must never build such weapons again. Velen agreed. He bowed his head. The Drevel left the chamber, no longer rulers, but equals. Years passed. Earth became a center of learning and peace. The skies were watched, but now by friends. Ships from many worlds landed on Earth. They came to trade, to learn, to share. Jack walked through a park where children played. Trees grew where ruins once stood. He sat on a bench and closed his eyes. Claire joined him. "Do you ever think about the first day they came?" "Every day," Jack said. "It reminds me why we fight, why we build." Max arrived with a group of students. He was teaching now. He told the story of Earth's fight, not with hate, but with hope. "They voted to enslave us," Max told the students. "But we chose to rise. And when they begged for mercy, we showed them something stronger than fear. We showed them who we really are. And far across the stars, the story of Earth was told again and again. Not just of war, but of courage, unity, and the power of never giving up.